Let's break it down with Hand of the Week.
Welcome to Hand of the Week, where Patrick, our resident fish, and I dive into listener-submitted hands. Each week, we tackle everything from questionable bluffs to hero calls and the hands that make you scratch your head. Whether you're looking for strategy tips or you just want to see if you'd played it any better, we got you covered. This one is sent in by Wes Short, who also sent in last week's hand. So we've got back-to-back hands with Wes.
I love it.
And this is another game online where we're playing 2 cent, 5 cent.
Yep.
We're five-handed now and are sitting under the gun with the 10 of diamonds, queen of diamonds, and we have $6.55 in our stack.
Well, I mean, I don't necessarily like sitting under the gun that much, but, it's all right.
No.
I like 10 of diamonds, queen of diamonds in it. I'm definitely going to, lead out here some more. 15 cents.
15? Okay.
Yeah.
Just to be clear, this is not suited connectors. There are some people that I know that would call this suited connectors, and they are not suited connectors. This is suited one gapper if it was connected.
I don't know that I would have used that term either, but my mind definitely went that route. I will tell you. I don't know that I would have called it that, but my mind went, well, listen, it's connected.
Connected to me is Jack 10, Queen Jack. They're right next to each other. There is actually a gap in here, not connected. But we only have 4 other people at the table, so even under the gun, I think we can open things up and raise. I like the 15. Yep. I like that because, I did make the resolution that I was going to go 3 times. So
I love it.
Let's see. Wes, however, goes 12 cents.
Okay.
And so he went 2.5, right?
Yeah.
Which is what I used to do. And it folds to the big blind who just calls.
Okay.
The big blind has $5.63 in his stack. So we have, 26 cents in the pot. And the flop is the 3 of spades, queen of hearts, 8 of hearts. And the big blind checks.
Pair upper queens. I like it. Top pair. I got 13 cents going in.
Okay. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking too, was 13 cents. It's a half pot, right? I would have liked to have seen at least one diamond. But
yeah, but top pair, you're still feeling good.
And we were the aggressor pre-flop. So I don't think betting here with top pair is gonna necessarily tell everybody what our hand is. So I think, we can go 13 cents. And Wes is on the same page. Wes goes
smart man.
13 cents.
Right.
He probably just pushed that little half pot button on the and okay, the big blind raises to 50 cents.
Well, that's aggressive.
We're not done with this street yet.
Okay, well, here's your options, right? Let's lay them out, Joe.
Okay.
You fold. You call. You come over the top.
The way you said that, I feel like you're coming with option 3.
I do. I mean, top pair, yes, I'm going to come over the top. I don't know. This is where I struggle, I will tell you. I don't know how big is big enough. So he came over the top to 50. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
I mean, you got to be probably what? $1.50? Is that enough? Is that too much?
No, I was thinking if I were to raise here, I'd probably do 4 times. So make it $2.
Okay. All right. So it wasn't quite enough, but I mean, at least in the ballpark. I mean,
yeah, $1.50, I think it gets the message across for sure. But before I'm willing to do that, I want to think about what they could possibly have.
Yeah.
Two pair maybe, right? They could have queen 8. I don't think they have 8-3 though.
No, I don't think they have 8-3.
So two pair, kind of iffy, especially with us having a queen. Then you look at sets, a set of 3s, a set of 8s. That's really about it. I mean, we have a queen, so a set of queens is not likely.
No. Yeah, I mean, those are all definitely within the ballpark. I mean,
In your
lower
case,
percentages, but
yeah, in your case, if they have a set, you're going to find out real quick.
yeah, you're going to find out real quick. And I think the other thing too is, and let's just say it, maybe I'm feeling a little froggy today, but coming over the top in that $1.50, $2 range, what is that telling him? What can we have? And we're representing we could definitely have a set. If he's sitting on, ace queen, then he's probably not thinking that we have sets of queens, but he definitely could make us for, the same thing that we're sitting here making them. Is he really going to call that or then come over the top or then shove?
Yeah. I really feel like ace queen is just calling there, but
I think you're right. I agree. Is aces raising?
yeah,
Yeah,
that's a possibility.
that
Aces, kings.
I had aces or kings in my head. Is the worst case scenario, but I just don't know. I don't think so.
Aces, kings. I feel like they would have put more in pre-flop, but maybe not because they were closing out the action. I think I'm just gonna call. So I'll call. You're gonna make it $2. Oh, well, this would have been good information for me to read before we made that decision. Wes says that the big blind has been talking in the chat about how he has been playing for 5 hours and his stack has been up and down. Since I have been playing with him, which has been about an hour and a half, he's been making some pretty aggressive moves, but they all seem calculated and hasn't had to go to showdown with them for the most part.
Then I'm definitely coming over the top. I want to show him down for sure now.
And one of the things that I didn't think about when we were talking about before I read that, what about a flush draw? Like, do you think is he 3-betting here? Is he coming over the top of us with a flush draw? Yeah.
3 of spades, queen of hearts, 8 of hearts.
I think he could. If he's being aggressive like that, I think he could definitely be on a flush draw. Yeah, I still think I'm just calling, but you are sticking with your $2 or $1.50, I'm sorry.
$1.50, yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to call, and if we don't improve on the turn, then we can reevaluate.
Yeah.
And that's what Wes does. He makes the call. So we've got
$1.26.
$1.26 in the pot, and the turn is the 10 of spades. So now we have 2 pair. But the big blind leads into us for $1.10.
Playing that hand, two schools of thought here, right? You either you want to come over the top a little bit to see if you can find out what's what and get some more info, or you sit back and say, okay, well, I've got top 2 pair, and now there's 2 flush draws, and you wait to see whatever comes out.
Our board is 3 of spades, queen of hearts, 8 of hearts, 10 of spades, right? So you're right. Yeah. There are 2 different flush draws.
There's 2 different flush draws now. Obviously he wouldn't have known that. He didn't bet 50 cents on spades. So you don't think that's it. I think I just call. I think I continue to call. I think I feel even better. Top 2 pair. I called the 50 cents. I'm calling the 110 and letting the mystery run because he's got to be wondering what the heck we have.
I don't think they had 2 pair, but if they did, now we have a better 2 pair.
Correct. I was thinking the same thing. I didn't think so either. However, I'm liking more and more of that flush draw thought. That or, again, he could have had jacks or kings or aces, which in that case we have them beat now.
Yeah.
I'm definitely calling.
Yeah, if they had sets, we have outs. They could also have the jack 10 of hearts on a straight flush draw now, right?
That would be good.
Or jack 9 of hearts, where they had the flush draw and added the straight draw.
Well, if it was jack 9, they just hit their straight.
Jack 10, 9, queen jack 10, 9. 8, yeah. Yeah, you're
That was a
right.
very funny way to count that. I don't think I like that. 8, 9, 10, Jack, Queen. Don't do that again. That confused me. You just put my head in mine in a pretzel. All right. Well, I was like, he didn't even say 5 cards, and then I was like, oh shit, he did. Okay, I'm definitely calling for sure, and I'm feeling good. Not I'm feeling good.
Okay. I'm going to call 2
Okay.
and see where we end up. But Wes does the same. He calls.
Okay.
So now there's $3.46 in the pot. And the river
2 of clubs.
is the king of clubs. You had the suit right. And the big blind shoves.
Of course he does. You know why? Because he's sitting on kings. Are we allowed to cuss on this podcast? Little shit. Fold. I mean, we're in for so much. I mean, this is where, this is for definitely a novice thought. Like, we've got almost $2 in. We've got like $1.75, right? $1.80, something like that.
Probably, yeah.
Okay. And we were sitting at $6.55. So we're, a quarter of the way. And he shoves.
I think we can save some money here for sure.
Yes. I think you fold. I think you say nice bluff or way to have kings and you get out of here.
I don't think it's kings, though.
Well, then what is it? Because you're going back. You think he got a straight.
A straight, I think he might have a set.
An early set, like 8s or 3s?
Yeah.
And the fact that nothing else paired up, he's feeling good about himself?
Yeah.
All right.
I think that he's definitely not going to put us on a straight.
No.
He check raised the flop.
Correct.
He had a big bet on the turn and a big bet on the river. So it's certainly not a complete bluff, whatever it is.
No, you're absolutely right.
If I put myself in the big blind shoes, I would be thinking, what would under the gun be raising with pre-flop, right? It would be big cards or pocket pairs. So if we look at big cards, the only thing that we have out there really is a pair of queens, which you could also be thinking, I can get them to fold.
Yeah.
So that's the only way I can see this being a bluff. But I think in order for him to do that, he has to have something. So, maybe could have some kind of 10 and thinking they could get us to fold, some kind of 8 and think they're going to get us to fold. But I just don't think the aggression on the flop and every street thereafter at the 2-5 is a bluff. So I think I just begrudgingly have to fold.
Lay it down. Yep. I agree.
Wes says that there are just so many draws that missed that I have to make the call.
Oh, I love it.
I used almost all my time and made the call. The big blind has a set of 8s, and I'm left adding to my stack.
I'm just going to call you Yoda Joe. You called that one. I mean, but hand of the week, I mean, this is it. I mean, he check raise, let in. It very small percentage was a bluff. So
right. He asks the question, do you think this should have been a fold, or are there just too many missed draws to not call it off here? And I just don't think that I think at some point they would have slowed down if it was a draw.
Yeah.
And I think they probably would have slowed down on the turn.
Correct.
And then maybe tried to bluff it on the river. But the fact that it was 3 streets, they barreled all 3 streets. I think that's the reason that I felt like it was strong. But I also can understand why you would go ahead and make the call.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. We on this segment have made some bad calls. And when I say we, I mean me. But you've been a part of some of them. That's
Oh,
not
yeah,
a bad call,
100%.
Wes. I don't think that's a bad call at all. I think you played. I think you had the right idea. For the most part. I think there was just, you had them on the draw. I thought the same, but ultimately that set is just lingering out there too much.
That's tough, but I will say I did put him on that specific hand even. So
Yeah, absolutely, you did.
I'll take the L, but I will also pat myself on the back a little bit.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Wes, I appreciate you sending these two in this week and last week. And if anyone else has a hand of the week that they would like to know how Patrick and I would break it down, send it to podcast@anyupmagazine.com. Patrick, let's do it again next week.
Sounds like a plan, my friend. Take care.
All right. Bye.